Hey, welcome back to Cedar Porch Homestead. I'm JR, and let me just be honest, I've got myself in a bit of a predicament. So I have been not dragging my feet. We've been super busy. However, time management has not been necessarily on my side. I've run into a problem. Meet my problem. Okay, so these guys we've had for a few weeks now, and they got big so fast. We've got almost 100 meat birds in there, and I thought I was going to have some more time, but I am out. We've got to get these guys out on grass. We've got to get these guys out to the farm, and, well, I'm behind the 8 ball, and I'm running out of time. So kind of the ongoing joke that Courtney has had with me here lately is that I have been putting the cart before the horse way too often, and there's a couple things that I went ahead and bought another cart without the horses this week. We'll get to that later. But so I tried to be smart about this now. And the way I was trying to be smart is I've got to build these mobile tractors to move those guys around, but they've got to be pretty big. I was thinking hoop houses. I didn't know exactly how I was going to build those yet because, well, I like to design my own tractors, but I'm out of time. And rather than trying to build and design all at the same time, I cheated. So I found plans online at Cotton River Farms, and I'll leave a link in the description below, but don't go buy it until you see the rest of this video because I don't know how this build's going to turn out. I'm going to follow their plans. I printed them out, and so far they're really simple to follow, it looks like. So they've got a materials list, a cut list, so we're going to set up right in front of the shop to get all this material cut up and see if this thing goes together as easy as these plans show it will. Whew. Let's get to work. Little bit of change of tactics on day 2 of this build because, well, so we got the fronts built, and not only are we building one, we're building 2 of these 12-foot by 8-foot hoop houses. And the problem that we're going to run into is these things are going to be really big. They're going to be 8-foot by 12-foot. I'm going to have 2 of them. How am I going to get them out to the farm? Because they're going to be pretty heavy once you add 3 cattle panels per hoop. So I had to rethink this a little bit this morning. So my plan is, with these instructions we got, is it's a complete cut list. It's really easy to follow. I found that out yesterday. Super easy to follow the instructions. There's also a YouTube video that goes with it that kind of takes you step by step. That's also very helpful. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make all my cuts today here at the shop, and then I'm going to be running it out to the farm and assembling it there so that I can drag them into place where they're going to go. Or at least that's the plan. It's always the plan. We can always adjust. So we've got to get to work because I really only have a couple days to get these things done and these chickens moved because they are completely outgrowing their place. Let's get to work. All right, little quick trip out to the farm, picked up a flatbed trailer because I've got some 16-foot 2x4s I need to go pick up along with some cattle panels, and that just wasn't going to fit my truck. Okay, so me and Ashlyn are about to call it a day today. We got that one all framed out. We also have that one all framed out. The only thing we have to do now is put the cattle panels on for the hoop and a couple other things as far as the welded wire. And I say it's just a couple more things. It's probably going to take longer to do all that than it was to frame these out. However, using these plans that we got, everything is going really, really fast. I'm really impressed. Now, the one thing we're not going to actually add is the nesting boxes with the rollout that they offer the plans for. I do have it framed out in case we ever want to add that, but these are strictly going to be for our broilers and our meat birds, so we don't need them to lay eggs. They're not going to be around long enough. But in the future, if we decide to use this for layers, that's probably something that we'll end up maybe adding on to. Personally, I like using an elevated platform like an Eggmobile, and we've got one of those builds coming up here in the next week or two, so make sure you stay tuned for that one. But as far as these are going, following these plans, the builds are going really, really fast. I'm only able to spend a little bit of time a day on it because, of course, just like any other homesteader out there, you've got about 19 other million projects to do. So we're going to get to it tomorrow and try to get some of this stuff buttoned up because we only have about 3 more days before I go out of town on a little trip, and I've got to have these birds moved out on pasture before I leave, and that is coming quick. So okay, so we are running into a little bit of a problem with timelines. So Miss Ashlyn is kind of making it to where I have a little bit more grace on getting these mobile chicken tractors done, because those guys have gotten way too big for their brooder. So we're going to move probably 20 or 25 of them into this brooder, which is still completely undersized for 25 birds, but we're behind the 8 ball here. We ordered a lot of our parts, and I guess my timeline of when they said they were going to be delivered and when they are going to be delivered didn't quite align. So we're still a little bit behind. This is setting our project back a few days. So we've got to make adjustments because those guys are getting way overcrowded in there. So we're trying to make a little bit of room for those guys with kind of separating them out. But we still have a lot of work on this thing that we can get done today. So we're going to work on our mobile chicken tractor a lot more today and hopefully get out at the farm and try to get some stuff done out there as well. But we've got to move some birds and make some room here. Well, the first thing you did was poop. All right, we're gonna have to do this. What happened?
He grabbed my knuckle. He didn't let go.
19. One more. All right. She wouldn't even let me ride today. Okay, so we just got our welded wire and we are ready to finish at least one of these pens today because we've got to move those meat birds out and they are getting way too big for the brooders that we have them in, so they need to get out on pasture by the end of the day. But now that we got our welded wire, let's get our coop done.
Wheels are down. I don't think so. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Don't touch it. Okay, we got the hoop house all moved into place. That was interesting. We got our electric fence up. We got our solar energizer going and hot. Now it's time to go back to the house. We need to move some baby chicks. Let's go. All right, so we are back at the house and we are going to be loading up these baby chicks because we got these handy duty little poultry carriers, and I don't know if they're going to work the way I think they're going to work, but they should. So we got to get to loading some chicks because we got to get those out on pasture tonight.
Oh yeah. Hi.
All right, we got all our meat birds out on pasture. This has been a huge undertaking that if without Ashlyn, we would not have been able to do this by today. Now, these guys are going to be split between this one and the other one that we're not quite done with yet. However, with the other one, I think we're going to be doing a little bit of a difference because we have 50 pullets that actually have to come out here this week. So if I can get that other one knocked out, I can put it right next to it and we can put those 50 pullets in so that I can build the egg mobile while I also have to build a pig tractor. Now I've got a lot of stuff we got to build, but right now I am pumped that me and Ashlyn have got this hoop house all finished. Now if you're interested in getting those plans, I'll leave that link in the description below. It's from Cotton River Farms, and the plans were super easy to follow. It turned out really nice. I'm really impressed. Now the one thing I will say, we did a 12-foot, not their 8-foot plan, and with the 12-footer, even with the wheels in the back, I'm not moving it by myself. My daughter's definitely not moving it by herself. So we are going to be having to use our side-by-side to just hook up in the mornings and pull it forward. And that's not a big deal for us. However, if you are looking to where you need to move it yourself, these things are really bulky. They're really heavy. The 8-footer I think would be pretty easy to move by yourself, but the 12-footer on the other hand is a little bit heavy. So if you like our content, make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell so you're notified when we come out with these new videos, and leave a comment below. Let us know what kind of chicken hoop house or mobile tractor you are either using or you plan on using. So, as always, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.